Macmillan Audio presents The Trouble with Twelfth Grave by Darynda Jones. Read for you by Lorelei King. Chapter 1. Coffee. A warm, delicious alternative to hating everyone forever. True fact. Few things in life were more entertaining than haunted houses. The people living in said haunted houses, perhaps, or the time-honored tradition of watching paint dry, because sadly, most haunted houses were not actually haunted. I sat on a hardwood floor next to a Mrs. Joyce Blom, a woman who swore her house was inhabited by the dead, her words, and waited with bated breath for a ghost to appear. Egads! Just kidding. My breath rarely bated. Being the only grim reaper this side of eternity, I didn't scare easily, especially after getting an inquiry like the one I'd received from Mrs. Blom. I got a crap ton of the things. People swearing their houses were haunted, imploring me to cleanse the offending abode of the evil that lurked within, assuring me I was their only hope. What can I say? Word gets around. Mrs. Blom was everything one would expect a grandmother to be. She had salt and pepper hair and rollers, a floral housecoat, ragged slippers with threads poking out around the toes, and reading glasses dangling around her neck. Ink stained her fingers, probably from crosswords, and a pinch of white powder smudged her cheek and the tip of her nose. So either Mrs. Blom liked to bake, or she was a cokehead. I leaned toward the former. On any other day, I would have explained the situation more clearly to the elderly woman. Yes, I could see the departed. As the Grim Reaper, I ferried lost souls, those souls left behind after their initial offer of a one-way trip up, to the other side when they were ready. Basically, that entailed me standing there while the departed stepped into my light, a light that could be seen by them from anywhere in the world, and cross over. So yes, I could see them. I could also talk to them and arm wrestle them and style their hair. But seeing the departed and convincing said departed to go into the light were two very different skill sets. Yet there I sat, in the dark, because Mrs. Blom swore the dead were easier to see that way, and well past my bedtime, because Mrs. Blom said they mostly showed up late at night, listening to a fascinating tale of angels and demons, of heavens and hells, of gods and monsters. Mostly because I was doing all the talking. Mrs. Blom, poor thing, was scared speechless. In her defense, and to her credit, the house was indeed haunted, but I was too busy soliloquizing the struggles of the past few days of my life to pay that fact much mind. And then, I said, raising my voice in preparation for the big finale, he shoved me against the wall and disappeared into a swirling sea of smoke and lightning. I moved my hands in a circular motion to demonstrate the aforementioned swirling mass, then turned to Mrs. Blom to check her reaction. It had been a hell of a tale. To my delight, Mrs. Blom's eyes were saucers. Her mouth hung open, and her breaths came in tiny, sharp pants. Unfortunately, her state of absolute terror had little to do with my harrowing tale, and more to do with the twig-like boy standing in the doorway, his mouth full of crackers. We had already met. His name was Charlie, too, only spelled differently, and he liked riding his tricycle and painting the walls with his mother's markers. Her permanent markers, if the walls were any indication. Soap and water could only do so much. There! Mrs. Blom pointed toward him. He was adorable, all dark hair and skinny limbs. Mrs. Blom didn't agree. She clawed at my arm and shrank into my side, peering over my shoulder to look at the boy while using my body as a shield. Clearly, if the fecal matter hit the fan, I would be sacrificed. She whispered into my ear ever so slowly, enunciating every word. "Do you see him?" The moonlight shone in his mischievous eyes as he cradled a plastic dinosaur in one arm and a silver gravy boat in the other. No idea. His fists held as many crackers as he—
Sample complete. Ready to continue?